we're making shoes, we generally make 4 at a time, new and off. Seeing that I'm going quietly today, I'll just make 1 at a time. It takes longer. Now it's a long show, 16 days. You've got to think about the end of it coming up, see?
2 things that we've got to be cognizant of all the time. Firstly, that the show is all about promotion of excellence in agriculture. That's its key component. But the people who are actually interested in that actually make up a very small proportion of the number of people who come to the show. So we've got to make sure that we do put on a show for the cattle exhibitors and the people who want to look at produce, the people who come down from the farm because that's their business and they want to look at those sorts of things. But then we've also got to realise that 90% of the people who come to the show are urban dwellers, and we have got to ensure that there is an education process so that those people come to the show. They're not interested in the backsides of 1,500 cattle. They're more interested in getting information about it, about touching, about feeling, about ascertaining that milk comes out of a cow, not out of a carton. All of those educational issues are important. So really there are 2 shows here. In an agricultural sense, there are 2 shows here. One for the producer and one for the urban dweller.
I can't guarantee the luck in them here, but I can guarantee they're not made in Taiwan. And right on the back, made in carton under suffrage. They're $2. Go to Disneyland. If I'd make it a full-size shoe, I'd make it just the same as this, only bigger material, a bit bigger tools, hit it a bit harder. Now we put a groove in this one again. That's only half a shoe. That's the type of shoe that I should have nailed on when they only half paid me.
by the Aquaworld Aquazanis.
Everything can be up there between the sides, okay? So come on over and have a go now.
Just about talked out
Just about talked out.
after 16 days.
I can imagine.
Just about talked out.
I can imagine you would be, but it's been a huge effort. You must be very, very happy with.
Oh yeah, we're delighted. We set a budget initially because we went from the 12 to the 16 days.
Yes.
I said, well, you know, we've got to get at least 200,000 extra people in order to justify the added expenditure of going for that 16 extra time. And for the carnival operators and show bag people, the extra wages and things that they have to pay. So we set ourselves a target of 1,100,000 people. The show had never been over 1 million people since 1985. In fact, last year was the first time in 10 years that it even had attracted a crowd of more than 900,000. So, you know, we set ourselves a target of 1,100,000 and had the fingers crossed. Well, you know, as of yesterday, we had 1,115,000 already through, and whatever comes today will head us towards upwards towards that 1,200,000, which is a sensational result. So, in that respect, you know, we're delighted. Quite obviously, the people of Sydney have supported it. And I think that particularly those who haven't been to the show for a long time, we've had a lot of those have come back.
Yeah.
I hope that we've reconverted them. You know, I think we admit that in the 80s, you know, the show lost a bit of its appeal. I think now, though, this is truly one of the great events in the world, and we're very proud of it.
Your woman, I sure wish that you could smile. You've been talking about your woman, I sure wish that you could smile. Every time,
How you gonna make good? How many are you? That many? 6? 5? 6, I thought so. Wasn't a bad guess, was I? Do you know how I know? I can tell by your ears. Yeah, you'll be 7 next time. Right. Is that your brother? And he's a boy. But then generally are boys, brother, don't they? Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Aquaworld High Diver, Mr. Alan Mahoney.
thing, I think, when people look back at the old crowds, when they used to get 200,000 people, you've got to remember that back even 10 years ago, the average time that people spent on the ground was between 3 and 4 hours. So really, by sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you had more people leaving than you had, than you had arriving.
Yes.
And now people are spending over 6 hours on the ground. So your peak crowd is actually bigger. So 160,000 a day is a bit like having over 200,000, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that is uncomfortable. It is really uncomfortable. And that's one of the things that again, the Homebush will provide us with, is that much better facility and the ability to handle crowds a lot better. But we'd still like people, don't come on Good Friday. Come at other times when it's a lot friendlier and a lot easier. And if they do come earlier in the show, that's what we'd like. And that's one of the things for the 16-day show, is to try and spread that crowd over the longer period, so that we knock the top off those big days and make it more comfortable for everybody.
Okay.